Correct. Liam, you're eager to speak. What's on your mind?
Jay, thank you for having me. I really appreciate your breadth and your vast knowledge of philosophy and theology. I come from a theology background. I did a master's in a Catholic university, mostly studying, I guess what we would call liberation theology out of the Jesuits.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm in a university doing a master's in religious studies, more from a secular world.
Mm-hmm.
And so from my personal experience, and I just want to talk just openly with you.
Sure.
What I came to was that I came to the point where I don't think that Jesus was a historical person. I think that it's mythological. And then my next step was to be more racially conscious. And I thought to myself, I said, this Christianity, it's antithetical towards white well-being.
Mm.
And so I just wanted to hear kind of some of your
why would you say that it's antithetical? Like, what's the root argument that it's antithetical to any people group, white, black, whoever? What's the basis?
Well, because we're all one in Jesus, and so it doesn't matter if you're a slave or a free man, a black or a Jew, like we're all one in Christ.
Yeah, but that doesn't erase your biological historical reality. Like if you look at icons in the Orthodox Church, they maintain their history even in the eschaton, right? So like Moses the Black is still a black dude in his icon. If you look at white saints, they're still the same person that they were. So that we are one in Christ means that salvation is equally available, but it doesn't follow from that all civilizations are equivalent or that men and women, because the same passage says that whether male or female, right, salvation is the same. It doesn't mean that you're no longer male or female.
But so we have passages from Paul who's like, you have a God that you don't know of, but we have salvation that is from the Jews. Mm-hmm. The Jews gave us spiritual blessings, so you owe them material blessings. It just
Paul doesn't say that. Paul doesn't teach. Paul doesn't teach. Paul, hold on.
My church is
slow down, dude.
Dress more Jewish than the Catholic Church.
Paul doesn't say that you owe Jews material blessings. Where is that? I've never even heard that.
It's there.
No, it's not. I mean, I know the New Testament and the Old Testament very well.
So what are you holding on to as there being a historical Jesus?
I want you to, you made an assertion. Why are you trying to change the subject? You made an assertion that Paul says we owe Jews money. Where are you getting that? Where?
Ask Grok. I don't have my Jewish Bible in front of me.
Okay, so you don't have it. So you
just. You were a scholar.
I thought you were a scholar. You had a master's. You don't know?
Master's in religious studies or something. You're studying for a PhD, right?
Yeah, so I think of more on a theoretical level and less on a scriptural level.
Okay, so if you're
Jewish hodgepodge.
Okay, so if you're
scriptural, not scriptural.
Yeah. So I don't think you actually. Yeah, I don't think you actually. I don't think he's actually getting any kind of degrees. He would know that it's scriptural, not scriptural.
No, that guy's like a 28-year-old, like long time pagan.
Yeah, he watches Adam Green, and he's figured out. Yeah.
He has prayers. He has prayers to Hitler over on his page.
Hi, what's up? Or Arify, excuse me.
Hey, what does Romans 15:27 say?
Didn't we already do this last week with you or your buddy? We did this whole spiel already. You didn't listen to anything I said.
What does Romans 15:27 say?
Did we have this spiel already?
Why'd you call Liam a liar?
I asked him where it is. He said he doesn't know.
But now you can't repeat it?
It's talking about the church, Goofus. What are you even talking about? It's not saying you owe Jews money. Why would Paul, writing to the Gentile church in Rome that's fighting with Jews in the church, say, oh, by the way, send money to the unbelieving Jews? It's stupid. That's not what this text is talking about. It says the poor saints among those who are in Jerusalem, talking about the church in Jerusalem. For if the Gentiles have been partaker of their spiritual thing, they should also minister to them in material things, talking about the believers in Jerusalem.
The Jewish believers.
Yeah, the whole first century church is Jewish believers. The first 10 chapters of the book of Acts. So he made it like, oh, you owe unbelieving Jews money. That's not what Paul's saying. Paul's saying that the church in Jerusalem needs money. And then he runs away. So, see, these people are really dumb, dishonest people. They don't even know. Like, we had the same discussion with this crew a week ago or 2 weeks ago about these passages. They don't even know what the passages are referring to. They don't know when. Go ahead.
What's the argument, too? Help me out here. That modern day Kabbalistic, rabbinical, Talmudic Jews are identical to Jews of the early centuries.
They, you know where they get this? From Jews. So Adam Green will interview Jews. Jews say that, and that's what I'm not joking. He had Tobias Singer on. They had this whole conversation about this.
So they have this idea that there's this monolithic.
They do the same. They do the same thing Muslims do. Yes, it's the same thing Muslims do.
Biologically evil and less from the beginning of the existence.
Yeah, it's what the Muslims do. The Muslims say you don't believe in rabbinic Judaism's Unitarian God, so how could you be united with the Old Testament Jews? And it's like, yeah, that's a different theology, dummy. Like, you're talking to people who don't know anything. These are not scholars. These are uneducated people. And they just watch YouTube videos and they watch Europa or whatever. And they think that, oh, now I've got it all figured out. But they couldn't tell you what a logical fallacy is. They couldn't tell you, like, any basic facts of church history. They don't know how to interpret these texts. They just read the text and think that it's just stupid.